There's that Gallup poll that came out last month, which found 1 in 4 Americans is skeptical of all the effects of climate change and thinks this issue's been exaggerated.
That doesn't matter. You don't need people's opinions on a fact. You might as well have a poll asking which number is bigger, 15 or 5. Or do owls exist? Or are there hats? The debate on climate change should not be whether or not it exists, it's what we should do about it. There is a mountain of research on this topic. Global temperatures are rising, heat waves are becoming more common, sea surface temperatures are also rising, glaciers are melting, and of course no climate report is complete without the obligatory photo of a polar bear balancing on a piece of ice.
This isn't something in the distant future. Climate change is already affecting us now.
That 1 out of 4 Americans are skeptical of global warming is to say, a poll finds that 1 out of 4 Americans are wrong about something.
Earth's changing climate and global spread of infectious diseases are threatening human health, agriculture, and wildlife. Mosquitoes that live in tropical climates, including Florida, contribute to the spread of infectious diseases like dengue fever, which has seen a resurgence in the Florida Keys after being previously eradicated from the area. The range of mosquitoes is projected to grow as temperatures increase, exposing more of the population to the diseases they can carry. Plants and animals are also subject to a potential threat from infectious diseases associated with warmer temperatures. Coral reefs in the Caribbean that have been affected by higher temperatures are less able to fight off harmful fungi and bacteria infections. These problems in the ecosystem then affect other organisms that depend on the coral.
What is the connection between how our planet is changing and the increasing intensity of hurricanes?
So hurricanes operate off of a difference between the temperature of the ocean and the temperature of the atmosphere. And as we add greenhouse gases to the atmosphere, that temperature difference increases. And that tends to make hurricanes more powerful. That hurricane power during the period of really good observations from about 1980 until now has roughly doubled in the Atlantic. That's a big signal. Now,
is there ever going to be a point in science where we can say the human signals that are causing our planet to change are the dominant influence in why hurricane intensity is increasing?
I think we reached that point in the Atlantic.
We begin with a heat wave that's burning up so much of the country.
The National Weather Service calls the heat historic.
It's an epic heat wave.
Intense heat so severe.
We were on pace with the temperatures that were in Saudi Arabia and deserts all over the country with some of the hottest temperatures in the world.
Michael Oppenheimer, and he says, quote, "What we're seeing really is a window into what global warming really looks like. It looks like heat, it looks like fires, it looks like this kind of environmental disasters." Now,
the storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And
the environment is the life support system for us and for our economy. We depend on clean air, water, and a stable climate. That's right, without a stable climate, we can't have a prosperous economy. Climate change is already having serious impacts on our environment and economy. Some areas will sometimes see too much water. Other areas won't get enough. Temperature increases will affect plants and animals, driving some towards extinction, and they will threaten people too, especially the very young, the elderly, and people that work outside. High temperatures can also disrupt power and rail services. All these events will have a high personal and economic cost. We need to act on climate change if we want a healthy environment and a healthy economy. The consequences of not acting now could be devastating.
Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go.
NASA has observed the Earth getting warmer and the sea level getting higher. What's the connection? Just like mercury in a thermometer, water expands when it's heated, and Earth's ocean is taking in more than 90% of the heat from global warming. That's a lot. Water temperatures also cause a lot of the ice to melt, and it ends up in the ocean. And as the ocean rises, its salt water can mix with our rivers and groundwater, which is where many people get fresh water for drinking and farming. So there's no question that sea level is rising.